Hello and happy 13th of December and happy Luciadag. Nowadays this day is for the celebration of the Saint Lucia, which was a martyr living in around 300, and she was killed because she was a Christian. And she's connected to light because her name was Lucia. But originally, this was the day Lussi came in Norway. If you go back to the traditions we had when we were using the primstav. And Lussi was everything but nice. She would come to check up on you if you had done all the work you were supposed to do before Christmas, and if she discovered that you hadn't, she had all sorts of bad things she could do. This was a magical day or a magical night, because back then they thought that this was the day the sun turned, so this was the longest night in the year. And the farm animals could talk, and all the evil creatures that you find in Norwegian folklore was out and about. And it was a day that you should take especially care, because they were dangerous. And it was also, strangely enough, it was also the day that from this day and up till Christmas, you should cut down the timber that you needed for house building and boat building. Of course, this was work that you did in the wintertime when the ground was frozen, because that meant the labor of getting the timber out of the woods. It was much easier. If you do it when it's muddy, it's very heavy. Anywho, Lucia is a very conflicted day, because now you have the celebration of Lucia, and I am making sweet buns, lussekatter, as we call them, that I'm taking to work tomorrow. They are supposed to be yellow and colored with saffron, but I don't like saffron, so I'm using turmeric instead. Don't tell anyone. But back in the day, it was a scary day where you had to take care to not be caught being late in all your chores before Christmas. So yeah, and I should tell you a little tradition we had in my hometown, because every year they crowned a Lucia, and she was crowned based on votes that was given through the local newspaper. Now they do it online, but back then you had to cut out this little note, write the name on the girl you wanted to be Lucia, and mail it to the newspaper. And of course, it was always the blonde, blue-eyed girls that was crowned Lucia. I was never Lucia. I have never been Lucia in all my life. And they would be drawn in a horse and carriage through the main street in town, but this was on the 1st of December, not the 13th. And then put in a lift that would lift them high above ground up to the Christmas tree on the big square. There was this huge Christmas tree and a star in the top. And she had a magic wand that she touched the star, and then the lights came on. Yeah. That's how it was, and that's how it still is. Hopefully there are dark-haired Lucias nowadays, but it wasn't back then. But it was a big celebration, and everyone came to town and watched the tree being lit. So even though I never got to be Lucia, I still remember it with fondness. But I did go, we had Lucia parades in my kindergarten, and of course I was always in it and always hoping that I would be Lucia someday. I hope you get some sweet buns or lussekatter tomorrow, and have a lovely, not tomorrow, today, although this is the 12th, and have a happy Luciadag. Svart senker natten seg I stall og stuer. Solen har gått sin vei, skyggene truer. Inn I vårt mørke hus stiger med tente lys Sankta Lucia.